Can you just let me know if you're able to hear me in the chat, please? Testing. Can you let me know if you're able to hear me in the chat? Can you let me know if you're able to hear me in the chat? He's back. Very, my apologies about that. Are you guys able to hear me now? Can you let me know if you're able to hear me? Can you let me know if you're able to hear me? Okay, yeah. So sorry about that. All right. So what I was saying is that what I'm saying is that gold is basically was trending down the whole of last week, and it's now coming back up. So I can't honestly say that it's in an uptrend until let's say it gets back into these zones. So I want to start to basically mark out the 215 structure. I'm just waiting for it. I'm still on the 50-minute time frame. I'm just waiting for it to, well, let's see, maybe go back to this little candle right here. Can you let me know if you guys are able to see my screen properly, like see the numbers and the candles on my screen, or do I need to zoom in way better so you can see it? Yeah, I guess the zoom rate should be all right on that. So yeah, so it's 6 minutes until this candle close. So I'll begin to do the structure and then basically explain it properly. So in 6 minutes, I'll just wait for this candle to close. Then I'll begin. Hi, Josias. Is anyone here from? Is anyone here from our TikTok channel? Yeah, it's gonna take me some time to build back up the numbers on the YouTube versus what we have in TikTok. TikTok is a bit more faster than YouTube, as everyone know. But I guess the more I continue to go live and do it over here, then I'll eventually get back in that zone. I'm also trying working on getting back my account as well as sadly they flagged me for community violation, which it, it, it doesn't really make sense from my perspective because I did provide all the disclaimers on the channel, so I'm just waiting for them just to come back to me and answer on that. Okay, all right. So we just have 5 more minutes until this candle close. Then, as soon as it closed, then we can begin to do it. We had today. I had a very good day trading gold today. I didn't do a live, but it was a very good day. Two wins in the London session using the 215 technique. Entry model one and entry model two confirm on both the same trade, so it was pretty good. We've been in an up move um, ever since the start of this week from Sunday night. We just started going up and gold, and we've been constantly going up, so that's pretty good. So hopefully, we can continue to maybe push all the way back to these areas to maybe test those areas to break that down spell that gold has been continuing on, or we can maybe even just test it and reject. But now I'm just waiting for that candle to close to see what it would do. Or better yet, okay, let's begin. Let's start from right here. Okay, let's start from right here. So 3 more minutes. Okay, 3 more minutes. Just wait for this one just to close. Then do you guys have any questions so far? Everyone's okay? If you also haven't done so as yet, guys, could you just please just give me a quick like of the live as well. This will help to push our streams a little bit more so we can raise the community. Also, as well, I've added the Telegram link in the channel, in the Telegram link for the channel as well, inside of the description of this live. So if you haven't joined us yet, you can please go ahead and do so. All right, 3 more minutes until this candle close. I'm just waiting for it to close, and as soon as it closes, then we will begin to do our markup from that candle. Okay, good. Idealistically, I would love for it to come back to this little zone right there and close. That's what I would really love to see. But if it doesn't, we'll just continue with it wherever it closes. Then we'll just start from right there. So in a minute it should close, and then we'll begin. Did anyone take any entries today? All right, just under a minute for it to close. All right, we're still on the 50-minute time frame as well. Less than 30 seconds for the candle to close. What's the next entry? We just gonna we're waiting for this candle to close for us to begin to do the markup, and then we can basically identify our entry areas. All right, 18 seconds. It is in a good area, just the same, because it's right at the top of the support. All right, all right, let's begin. All right, so we're just gonna put it there. So now, if we remember correctly, 215 technique on the 15-minute time frame. First, we have to do is that we have to mark the current price of gold. Current price of gold at the time of reading is 2612.11. Now, I'm just gonna change this to purple, and I'm going to call this my point of interest, okay, is that was the price that gold was trending at when we initially started to do the markups. That the next step would be to measure 20 pips below or $2 below from the point of interest. So that should be that should be 2610.11. Let me just take it over to here so it touches the candle. So that should be 2610.11. And please let me know if I'm zoomed in enough where you can actually see the numbers properly. So that's 2610.11. That's 20 pips below from the point of interest, and this would be our sell line. Also as well, let me just change the color of that, put that in red. Okay, and then we're also going to just do the opposite of that as well above, so that should be 2614.11. And this is going to be our buy line. Switch that, let's put that to green. Okay. All right, so this is now basically our 215 zones. I'm just gonna put a cube here just to identify that, so we know what that is. Or rectangle. Okay. So this is our 215 zone. All right. Still on the 15-minute time frame, we need to find the closest support below the sell line, and also we need to find the closest 15-minute resistance above the buy line, which doesn't seem there's anything here, so we might need to go way back before we can actually do find anything. All right, so the closest support below the sell line is at 2608. However, there's one right above here, so I'm not going to use the extreme bottom ones. I'm going to use this one, and we use the 15-minute supports as our rejection line because the price may tend to go down these areas. So I'll just mark these areas out first, and then I'll explain what we're basically looking for. So that's 15-minute reject. That's the 15-minute reject line, and we hit OK. All right, cool. So we have that. Um, Even if I zoom out, let's see what we have over here. Just the same. Buy line is at 2614. Says there's a support. Yep, there's one right there. Oh, okay. Yep. So that's a 15-minute recheck. All right. Once we have identified that, we need to now find our target areas. Okay, so we find our target areas by moving to the higher time frames. Um, so we're going to go to the 30-minute time frame, and we're going to find our support and resistance on the 30-minute time frame. Now it looks a bit funny, and the reason why it looks a bit funny is because it has been falling like crazy. So there's not this. It has this huge gap right in here. So when I go to the 30-minute time frame, you have this big gap before you can actually see anything. You have to move all the way over to the extreme left. So this is the 15-minute reject line, and we need to find the 30-minute support. So the closest 30-minute support is right here, which is about 40 pips, I believe, above from our 215 zone. So this is the 30-minute resistance, sorry. It's the 30-minute resistance. I'm going to switch this from broken lines. I'm going to put it to that, and I'm going to use blue lines for the resistance. Well, I'll just use blue lines for the for all the target areas. So on the 30 minutes, so if I identify the 30-minute resistance, we also need to identify the 30-minute support as well. So that would be the target for a sell. And one is right here. So we can't turn a blind eye to that. So just make a note of that. So that's a 30-minute support. Okay, so that's a 30-minute support. Now we also need to do the same thing on the 1 hour time frame. So let's just go above again. So if I have the 30-minute resistance right there, we now need to find the 1 hour resistance as well. And the 1 hour resistance would be right there. Right. Um, and also we need to find the 1 hour support. So that's right there. I'm just gonna use this bit. Right. Well, yeah. So this will be the 1 hour support. That's the 1 hour support. All right, good. Going all the way up to the 4 hour time frame as well. Um, wow, that's it's a massive gap between all the way up here. It just possibly would need some high amounts of volume for it to actually go all the way up these areas, but still have to follow the rules of the 2-1-5 technique. So still need to mark where our 4 hour resistance and support areas are, no matter how far away they are from our structure. Because one thing, even though you mark lines on the chart, it doesn't mean that the charts will remain within these lines or boundaries. It goes wherever it please. So we need to still mark it. So that's our 4 hour support. What is the 2-1-5 technique? All right, so the 2-1-5 technique is a scalping technique which is used to basically trade gold. Now, I will explain it a little bit more. Let me just mark this 4 hour support, then I'll just go over it quickly. All right, so we have the 1 hour support and we have the 4 hours. No, we have the 1 hour support is right here, and the 4 hour support is right here as well. So let me just make a note of that. Okay, so we have our target areas. All right. Now let's let's go back to the 15-minute time frame just to see what gold is doing. Has it tested any of our rejection zones? It hasn't tested any of our rejection zones. All right, so the 2-1-5 technique, for those who are just joining, the 2-1-5 technique is a scalping technique which is used to trade gold. Now, it's not only used to trade gold, it's actually used to trade quite a few. Well, I've tested it on quite a few of tickers. So Bitcoin, Bitcoin ETH, indices, it can be used to trade all those. However, you have to know the measurement of the zone of what figures to use, because it's different for every instrument you trade. So the 2-1-5 technique, what the each of the numbers, they're important and they have their own meaning, right? The two represent the amount of pips you are yeah, the amount of pips you use to identify the zone. The one refers to the amount of candles you basically use to wait for your trade confirmation, and the five refers to the time frame which is used for your entry confirmation, and the 15 is also the time frame you use to basically mark out the 2-1-5 zone. So on the 15-minute time frame there, we did three important things in this area. Let me just zoom in a bit. Can you guys let me know if you're able to see my screen properly? Can you let me know quickly in the chat if you're able to see my screen? Should be. All right. So the first step of the 2-1-5 technique is to basically mark the current price of gold. So at the time when we were reading the charts, gold was trending at 2612.11. So we mark that line and we call that our point of interest. We then measured 20 pips below the point of interest, and that whatever that price that is it's referred to as our sell line, and we did the opposite of that upwards, still on the 15-minute time frame, to identify our buy line. Okay, once we've done that on the 15-minute time frame, we then identify the closest support and resistance to the zone, which would be right here, which is denoted by the yellow broken lines. All right, once we've done that, we then move to the higher time frame, such as the 30-minute, the 1 hour, and the 4 hour, to identify the support and resistance on these areas, because these areas will basically be the targets for whichever trade we're going to do. And once that is all completed, we then switch to the 5-minute time frame, because the 5-minute time frame is the time frame we basically use for entries. So what we're now waiting on now, because we have a resistance, we have a 15-minute rejection area. What we're now waiting for now, we have two set up for entry model one. We're only going to do entry model one today. So what we're basically waiting for now is that we're waiting for price to break above this line, come reject, come back into the zone, then close above. I'm a minute behind and don't want to skip forward. Oh, okay. That's all right. So this is what we would like to happen idealistically. Um, oh, that is so horrible. Let me just restart that again. Right. So we what for us to enter a buy, we would like for the price to break above the buy entry line, test that 15-minute rejection zone, right? Once it tests that 15-minute rejection zone, we'd like for it to close above it, right? Then reject back into our 215 zone, maybe dance around a little, then back out of the 215 zone. If it does that, then that will basically confirm a sell. Um, Apologies, that will confirm a buy, right? From this area targeting the 30-minute resistance and the 30 and the 1 hour resistance. All right, that will be the confirmation for a buy in this scenario. Um, that's entry model one. There are two entry models of the 215 technique. Okay, now if we were going to go for a sell, let's say price, this 30-minute support is too close, so might have to use another one, but that's fine. I'll fix that in a bit. So let's say the price breaks below the 50-minute rejection zone, close below it, comes back into the zone, then comes back out again and close outside of the zone. Then we'll basically look for a short in this position, targeting these zones. So those are basically the two things that we're looking for. Looking at it now, the 50 this 30-minute support right here is too close into the zone, which I believe, if I go back to the 15-minute time frame, I could see the reason why that was the issue. So on the 15-minute time frame, we can see clearly what's going on here. I used a higher one versus using this lower one, but how big is the space? Oh, it's less than 20 pips, so it's not so big. All right, let's not focus on that a bit, because see, we have some action going on over here. Let's take off some of this distraction and just focus on this bit. All right, so now we can see that the price is going above that 15-minute rejection line, above the buy line, and it's rejecting, coming back into the zone. Still have 3 minutes left on that candle. So we still have to wait a bit, because we still need for it to close above that line as well. Not surprised it's rejecting from the line though, because it's a it's a resistance, and what we know about resistance is that on resistance we do have quite a bit of selling pressure on there. So it's just behaving naturally at this point. Remember, guys, the Telegram channel link is in the description. So if you'd like to be a part of the group, you can definitely just click that link and join that link. Now, I won't be doing an extremely long live today. I was really just hoping for maybe just going for an hour. So hopefully I can get an entry within this time, and then we can take it and just have a good day. Okay, while goal is doing that, so we have 2 minutes left on that candle. Now this is entry model one, but let's say that instead of gold just continuing, instead of gold just closing and following my illustrations, let's say it doesn't follow the illustrations that you see on screen denoted by these white arrows. Let's say the price basically just continue to blast and just blast upwards. Like, what do we then do in that case? All right, now the 215 technique has two entry models, right? You have entry model one, which is what is denoted by the two white arrows, but there's also entry model two, which basically is the rejection, um, the rejection from the the support or resistance. So let's say that gold just continues to go up, right, and it doesn't stop to retest and to continue the trend. Let's say you just go up, then we can look for a rejection of this area, right? Or we can enter for a rejection of this area, right? So what we'll basically do in these instances is that we'll go for shorts from those areas if it rejects and confirms um, entry model two. Okay, so entry model two of the technique is basically where your entry model one targets are. If you get a rejection from those areas, if it's confirmed, if it's confirmed by two rejection candles in the opposite direction, then yes, you can go for um, entry model two. But one thing we also have to be mindful of as well whenever we take in entry model two is that we just have to be mindful of the overall trend of the market. And right now, gold seems to be moving in an uptrend, so you might not want to take a counter trend trade for entry model 2 to say for it to go down when gold is definitely trying to pull up. All right, so let me just zoom in a bit. Let's zoom in a bit. All right, cool. So we can see now that it has tested that 15-minute rejection. It has closed above that 15-minute rejection and is now pushing massively towards um, our 30-minute resistance. Doesn't seem like it wants to give us a pullback, but let's just wait patiently just to see what's happening here. So let's see if it will give us that pullback back into the zone with a close outside of the zone for us to enter that buy and target those higher areas. I still think, based off how things have been going since the start of the week, I still think it wants to retest these 1 hour resistance which we have here, and possibly maybe even go to the 4 hour support. Maybe not today, but definitely possibly throughout the rest of the week. Mm. pushing greatly. All right, so we got in a rejection. It's not bad. That's a very big rejection as well. All right, guys. So if you haven't already done so, can you please just drop a like on the live? And if you'd be so kind as well, please also share the live as well. Trying to get the numbers up. Um, Sadly, our TikTok channel where we usually do these trades is down at the moment. Still going through with tech support with TikTok to get that account back, but haven't been so successful as yet. If you also would like to learn the technique as well going forward as well, you can definitely join the Telegram group as well. It's new. Okay. All right. So now what we're just waiting for is just for it just to come back to these areas, then back out again, and then I'll enter a buy, enter a buy in this regard to basically target this 1 hour support, this 30-minute resistance. Keep mixing them up, the 1 hour resistance and the 30-minute resistance um, as well. But my stop loss just below about 40 pips, basically, at the bottom of the zone. Does anyone have any questions? All right, lovely rejection, lovely rejection. All right, there. So basically now, if we get another confirmation for a buy, we will take that buy. But let's just see if we can fix this issue going on right here with the sell lines and the rejection lines. So let's go back to the 15-minute time frame. How's that trade hasn't been confirmed yet. 15-minute time frame, our 15-minute resistance was right there. There's a support right there. This is very educational. Excellent. Doesn't see. All right, let's focus on just the buy just now. I didn't retest it. Didn't reject any further. Yeah, because it still can confirm a sell, right? Because if we were paying attention, if this continues, let's say these areas and then reject and then close here with two candle closures in the opposite direction, it could still confirm a sell to basically retrace. And then we could enter a sell from that. The only thing is that we'll be going against the trend. So if we're going to take that entry, we definitely would have to use a very tight stop loss on that one, maybe just above where it created the resistance on that rejection. Okay, back to the 15 minute. Let's figure out what's going on here. We can sell now. No, well, no, I'm not selling. I'm not selling now. It hasn't given me a confirmation for a sellers yet. If it what for me to get to enter a sell, I basically need for it to reject off the 30-minute resistance or maybe above, because sometimes it may not just go exactly on that 30-minute resistance line. Let me go to the 30-minute time frame. Yeah, that's the closest 30-minute support. There's also one right here as well. Let me just put that right there and put this in broken lines. So in order for me to take a sell using entry model 2, it has to reject, and it has to reject with candles, two red candles, basically going in the opposite direction for me to take a sell from all of these, from one of these 30-minute resistance, putting my stop loss just above the resistance that it created. So you can see the volume is very high in this candle. It didn't go back down into our area from here to close above it for me to enter a buy. So we're not catching any of this move. It's not good as well, Caesar, to well, it's for me personally. I don't like taking an opposite trade if let's say take a sell trade if I'm seeing green candles. It has to confirm that it wants to do a sell before I actually do it. How many pips did that move by? So let's say right from here. Yep. Yeah. So that's up 30 pips already. Yeah, it's a very good push, and that's why I like trading in the Asian session as well. It's very calm, and you get very nice volume and very smooth entries as well. Alright, so this candle close in 10 seconds. I would really love for it to push above that in these areas. If you get a rejection in these areas, it's quite good because at that really you're not gonna stop. All right, so you can see that it started to reject just below that 30-minute resistance line. So if it had started to reject above the line, it would have given us more space. If we confirm the sell for us to basically move through these zones back into the 215 zone, but it's closing most of the area. So let's see what it does. If this candle is just going to smash it right back down into the 215 zone. Yeah, some crazy volume right now.
Caesar, did you run through a sell position? Okay, lovely rejection, lovely rejection. No recommendations. No, it hasn't confirmed an entry for me as yet, so I wouldn't take an entry. So even though it's doing all that, it hasn't confirmed that, an entry. Um, one, it basically, if we were to enter a sell, waiting on the two candle confirmation, it basically filled out majority of the space, which we would want to basically enter the trade to ride it all the way down to the zone. So now is either we're just gonna have to wait for it to come back into the zone and retest for us to do a buy, and then basically just aim, um, for the higher areas. It was a very big push. Very big push. Okay, so we're just waiting now. And it's really trading is really just a patience game, really. At time you really don't want to be forcing any entries. If you have a strict guidelines of to what your entry model is, then you just stick to it. So now where it is right now, it's really is in, a limbo, at this present minute. For me to look for a sell, it this needs to go back above these areas, because if it continues down, I'm not gonna take a sell at that point in time. I'll more to look for a buy when it comes back up to these areas. So for me to take a sell, it would definitely need to go back, let's say above these areas, and reject with two candle closures. in the opposite direction for me to go for a sell and try it, do a very tight stop loss on it. But in order for me to also take a buy, it needs to come back into the zone then above. Right. If it does that, then I'll enter the buy. Once it does that, Dubai. So yeah, so those are the two setups that I'm basically waiting for. Don't think it's going to confirm this sell just yet. So these two things are what's in action. So that's basically entry model one and entry model two. Entry model one would basically be the buy trade where it breaks above the 15-minute rejection line, creates the zones, then move back into the zone. After it moves back into zone, it then closes out of the zone again for us to enter a buy for the trade to for the market to continue the trend. Hold on, let me open my MetaTrader. I just realized I haven't opened it as yet. Okay. Okay, good rejection. Okay, good. So it's coming. Oh, this is so annoying. All right, good. So it's coming back down into the zone now. So let's see if it's gonna confirm Model One. Let's just remove these cancel this demonstration. No, don't reject from there. All right, it's patience game at this time. Now, yeah, that's what I want to see. So, yeah, need it just to come back into the zone, then just break back above that zone again, just to confirm that buy so we can enter a buy from that area and target the 30-minute resistance and the 1 hour resistance. If it smash is through the zone, and because idealistically we wouldn't want to be entering a position inside of the 215 zone. I'd be more comfortable to trade through the zone but not enter a trade starting from inside of the 215 zone. That 15-minute reject line is a very strong line because now it's acting as a support as it's below the price. What we know about support is that the support usually have quite strong buying pressure, and the resistance usually have a lot of selling pressure. So that's why we can expect rejection at a support or at a support or at a rejection line. And that's why it's good as to why we always identify these lines as well. Okay, good. Is breaking back into our zone. Come on, let's go in that zone, activate that zone yeah, again. So we know that it's still valid. Now, what I was saying about entry model 2, right, it would be these um, two consecutive red candles right here, right? This would confirm a sell for entry model 2. Right now, the reason why I'm not interested in taking that, or I'm not comfortable with taking that, is because even though it confirmed the sell, it basically filled out all of the gap, well, most of the gap already for me to enter. So I'm not comfortable with taking that, even though if you did take it, you can possibly maybe ride it to the 30-minute support. So from here, basically, let me just put the illustration from here to here, because that's what it confirmed just now, but it's too close to my 215 zone. I'm not comfortable with taking that rejection entry so close into the zone. But that's what the entry model 2 would have confirmed. But these two candles are too massive, too big, for me to take the entry of that. It already cleared most of the trade space for the trade entry, but would have been a good entry nonetheless, because I believe this only with this candle alone is almost 20 pips. So yeah, that would have been all right. So now I'm still looking for that buy of that continuation of the trend. So if it comes, it's already in the 215 zone. If this candle it closes in 30 seconds, if this candle closes inside as that zone, then I need to just wait for it to come back out and close. But let's say it still continues, right? When will I be able to take that sell? So let's fix this bit just in case we do get that sell. So back on the 15-minute time frame, we still have that 15-minute rejection line right there. There's this 30-minute support right there as well, which I would say that it is pretty strong though for a 30-minute support right there, because it tested it 3 times. Wow, such lovely volume. Such lovely volume. That would have been a massive entry. Look at that. Yeah, look at that. If we had taken that, yeah, that is 40 pips, just like that. All right, no worries. Let's go back. So that's a 15-minute reject line right there. We have that 30-minute support. You know what? I'm not going to change it. I'm just going to work with it and mark it the first place. So let's stick with it. All right, good. So we have that candle that came in, closed into the zone. We still have this candle. Has about 4 minutes left until till this candle close. So now we're back to basically square one, where what we're now still just waiting for now is either for a candle to come down these areas, or we're waiting for it now just to come back to these areas to confirm either the sell or the buy in this instance. So it did do a massive jump just now from here all the way to here, and it basically just reversed all of that. So it did a 60 pip move and it reversed that 60 pip move, all of it. Okay, so what I'm waiting for, let me just put back these because they're now valid again. Just need that just to confirm that. So I don't need it to retest for the buy. It already did the retest. So once it comes back out again, then I'm just gonna go for the buy. But the sell needs to do the retest for the sell. Definitely, this is not going to be the target. It's more going to be the 1 hour support. So I need to see what it does when it comes into these areas um, for the sell. Because let's say if I go to this zone, right, view the charts using lines with markers, you can clearly see that there's a lot of interference going on in this area. So I need to see what the price does when it gets into these zones. So let's go back. Okay, lovely rejection. This candle closes in 1 minute. So if this candle push back above that buy line and it closes above that buy line, I'm going to go for that buy entry, and I'm also, this is what I'm looking for possibly, and let's push it all the way to the 1 hour resistance, as it already had tested that 30-minute resistance area. So that's what I'm looking for right now. So if that candle closes above that buy line, I'm entering that, and that's where I'm putting my stop loss. Close in 10 seconds. Needed to push above that buy line. Wow, that was right on it. Wow, it's a poor closure. Haven't entered it as yet, guys, because that candle close was just below it. But hold on. 'Let's see what this candle does. Three minutes until this candle close. Where's my chat window? Okay. Just waiting for this candle to close. Thirty seconds. And we're off. All right, so let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Today's going to be a good day. All right, so I'm in a buy now, guys. So we're just waiting just to see how this one plays out. So what it did, let me just show you what it did. It broke above our buy line and tested our 15-minute rejection line. It came up, it rejected, came back into the zone, came out, and basically closed outside of the zone again. So we entered the buy position and just targeting, see if we can get it to the 1 hour resistance as well. If not, maybe we'll just take some profit at the 30-minute resistance if it doesn't make it to the 1 hour resistance. My ultimate TP is at the 1 hour resistance, which is at 2623.99. So that's what I'm going for. However, these areas in here may be a possibly rejection zone. So let's see what happens. Definitely, let's see what happens on this one. So entry model 1 was confirmed. So now let me just see if I can't remove that. It's okay. So just leave it be right there. Yeah. If it even if it doesn't go all the way up to those zones. If we make it to even these zones, that's 30 pip, 40 pip, all the way up there is almost 100 pip. So if it we I'm taking partials along the way. So let's see. Getting a very strong resistance right here. So yeah, Caesar, I'm in a buy right now. It confirmed entry model one, which we had, oh, which we which we had drawn earlier, where it broke above our area, tested our area, then closed above it again. So yeah, I'm in the buy. I'm targeting that 30-minute resistance and that 1 hour resistance now. So let's see how it plays out. How long has this live been going on? The 215 zone is the structure which is straight structure which we use to mark out for this entry. So we're using a technique called the 215 technique. How we got the 215 zone is that on the 50-minute, we basically marked the price at which gold was trending at on the 50 minutes. So it was trending at 2612.11. So we marked that zone. Right there, we measured 20 pips above from the point of interest to get our buy line, which is denoted by this green line right here. Then we did the reverse and measured 20 pips below the point of interest to get the sell line. We also on the 50-minute identify our rejection zones for our retest. On the 50 minutes, so we identify the support and the resistance, which is denoted by these broken lines. And then we marked out our target areas. Yeah, you have to watch it. Yeah, if you watch the previous videos, then you'll understand the 215 technique a bit more. Then we marked out the target areas on the 30-minute resistance and the 30-minute support, and also all the way up to the 4 hour. So it confirmed entry model one of the technique where it broke above our area, closed above it, came back into our area, and then retested outside. So yeah, I entered a buy, stop loss at the bottom of the zone and targeting um the 1 hour resistance, taking profits at the 30-minute resistance as well. So that's basically what I'm waiting for right now. So yeah, so definitely for sure, if you'd like to know how to do the 215 technique, it is very good just to rewatch the previous videos on the channel. They do, I think they do a great job of explaining most of what you're looking for on the technique. All right, so we're getting a little bit of a pullback in this area. Still nothing too alarming, so let's wait and see. Nice rejection. Let's see if we can push past where that previous red candle closed. If we can close above that, that's a good, very good sign. Where's all that strong volume we had a few minutes ago? So this kind of closes in about a minute. We can just push past that previous red candle, just close above that. That would be a very good sign to say we have the strength to go up, which I think we really do. It's a very good entry, to be honest. Very good entry. I'm in with you. Win together, lose together. Absolutely, that's how it goes. So we took a very good entry. It confirmed our entry model one. Waited for it to break it. Waited for it to retest and close above. So we're in it now. So if you guys haven't joined the Telegram channel, is that please do so. The link is in the description of the video, and I believe as well is also on the channel as well, so you can have a look at it there. So this candle closes in 10 seconds. Okay. All right, good. So that was a good candle closure. So let's see what this one does now. So if this one can just give us that volume just to continue higher. Shalim, are you guys in the Telegram channel as well? It's new, so there's not a lot of members in there as yet. I should have started it when we had the big following on TikTok, but I started it late, so it's fine. It will grow as how the channel is growing as well. Very nice rejection. Very nice rejection. So if this can just continue to push now, that would be lovely. So I'm guessing Shalim is in. Are you in as well, Caesar? C- Cesar. Yeah, yeah. I want to go to sleep as well, myself, Shalim. So I was planning on um ending the live soon as well because it's 2 a.m. here as well. But Shalim, thank you very much though for joining as well and showing your support and dedication to the channel. I really do appreciate it. Set TP to 2619. Yeah, that's a very good area to put the take profit as well. You should be up in some profits as well right now. So if you are going to go to bed it's fine just to put move your SL to where you need it to go. As yeah, we just need that push up a little bit more. Yep, not we're not getting the volume which we were getting before on in these areas because the volume we're all was so powerful. What's going on now? You know, just give us that good night gift so we can go to bed thinking about our profits. Okay, yep, that's a nice push. It's a very nice push. What does that look like? Come on, we need some more. We need some more volume to push it up. Yeah, great dreams. Definitely great dreams, Shalim. Definitely great dreams. Okay, so let's just see what this 5 minute candle do and see if we can end off the stream today with a very nice win. So sadly, TikTok, they have some very strict and crazy rules over there. So it doesn't seem as if they like when I stream trading on TikTok. So each time I go live, as much as how I put the disclaimers on, then I say the disclaimers verbally as well. Like I keep getting flagged. So each live I go, I keep getting flagged, or someone is reporting it for some odd reason. So they basically the last live I didn't even get a chance to finish it. They flagged it and basically banned it. So I'm trying to appeal it. So I'm just waiting to see what they're gonna come back to say. Yeah, no problem at all, Daniel. It's a very good strategy. It's a very easy strategy as well. So if you'd like to be a part of the community, just follow the Telegram channel as well. Um, so I want to, yeah, I definitely had a very long day today. So I want to possibly end the live in the next 4 minutes or so. So I'm just waiting to see where this candle close as well. But does anyone have any questions though about anything that we're doing now? Yeah, they don't like. Yeah, I guess they prefer for someone to come on TikTok and beg persons for gifts and stuff like that. But educating everyone how to properly do something because it's not. It wasn't like I was telling anyone um to trade irresponsibly or asking them to pay for anything. I wasn't doing anything like that. I was just doing this and just explaining what I was doing. So they didn't like that. It seems. So yeah, I'm just trying to build the YouTube as big as how the TikTok channel was big. maybe even bigger. I think our YouTube is definitely just is going to be bigger. It's just I've just started now, so it's definitely going to get way bigger. All right, so this one is ending in red. Yeah, they like to pay for crazy, man. Like, yeah, it's I don't know. It's weird. Is it just the world we live in now? You kindly help kindly help with identifying the support zones correctly. Sometimes 50 meter and 30 meter are too close. It's a bit confusing. Yeah, it's a bit well for the in the cell area it's a bit confusing. But Ben, I'll definitely do that the next time I go live. But I'm gonna have to cut today's live short because it's about 2 a.m. Well, it is 2 a.m. now here in London. I'm a bit tired, had a very long day. So you guys see the markings on the screen. You can definitely just follow it from your end to see how the trade plays out from your end. But I'm going to have to go now and we'll talk again on our next live. If you haven't already done so as well, if you join the Telegram channel as well, I will post whenever I'm going live in there so you get a notification of when I'm going live. Again, if you also follow the channel as well, that that really helps as well. No worries, thank you. Yeah, no problem at all, Ben. So sorry about that. All right, but yeah, I'm going to go get some sleep. So thank you guys yet again for all the love and support just by showing up here and being a part of the stream, and also just by following the channel and all everyone who has liked it and also is a part of the Telegram channel. Thank you very much. All right, you guys enjoy the rest of your day now, okay? And I'll see you guys later on. Ooh, that's a very good rejection. All right. See y'all. Bye bye.